minutes ago, we've been joined by the Deputy Minister of ICT, Postal Courier Services, Honorable Phuti, where we have been having various stakeholders speaking at this summit for the cyber security. Various issues are going to be discussed, and he was one of the keynote speaker, speaking on a plethora of issues and highlighting on key issues that we need to be looking into as far as cybersecurity is concerned. With us, we are joined with them, the Honorable Deputy Minister of ICT, Postal Courier Services, Honorable Phuti. Thank you so much. You made a very interesting remark there. Your perception and your feelings towards what's happening in there.
Thank you, and I would like to thank the convener for an important summit, taking an important theme to experts and players from various backgrounds, so that we together come and interrogate the issue of cyber security with regards the fintech and the general finance space. And it is very encouraging to see that relevant players such as the central bank and the security cluster, as well as the private sector and the academia are coming together for the same purpose. The ministry is driving the agenda on the general area of cybersecurity, and let me hasten to say that it is a department that has been bolstered by way of capacitating in terms of personnel, indicative of our drive to make it the central and the nerve of government concern. We cannot be in this space and not be worried about cybersecurity. There is a very good statement that we have learned here that if cybersecurity was a country or was an economy, it was going to be the biggest, because it accounts for trillions and trillions of dollars that are taken through cyber crimes on banks and financial institutions. So this is a very important engagement that has been made, and we are very grateful as government. We also undertake to support such initiatives as they dovetail with the mandate that we were given by His Excellency the President, Dr. Mnangagwa, as well as to push it to proper legislation in terms of how the cart should be properly behind the donkeys. The happenings in the space of ICT should not be found lagging behind the requisite legislations that need to support it.
Mm-hmm. One of the key issues that you spoke about was the ratification. If you may have much more details as far as this case is concerned, what it means for Zimbabwe.
Yeah, the Malabo Convention was ratified by government through the legislative process. It went through the proper channels of the Portfolio Committee on ICT, Postal and Courier Services, and it went through for presentation at the lower house, the National Assembly. As such, it also went through the Senate, the upper house. It was adopted in both houses, and it has since been ratified. We are now an active member of that important piece of protocol. Mm-hmm. And it speaks more to do with our preparedness as Africa, as a continent, in terms of issues of cybersecurity. I may not go section by section, but to sum up generally, it is a collective effort to combat worrying effects of non-resilient cybersecurity approaches by nations in Africa. As developing countries, we are very porous, and we are found as easy targets to cyber attacks. And the more we come together and approach it collectively, as member states, as well as institutions, and as well as all other players, the better.
Mm-hmm. Last but not least, as government, how do you rate us as Zimbabwe as far as our cybersecurity preparedness and even policy-wise is concerned?
The ministry is engaging thoroughly in terms of our need to up our gear on issues to do with cybersecurity. We celebrate the Cybersecurity Awareness Month every year, where we work with institutions of higher learning, all universities, and we bring together private players as well as MDAs, where upon presentations by experts in various areas of understanding the cybersecurity space will then educate. It takes a long period, a month of active participation, where we also engage young people so that we don't leave them behind, where we also go to rural areas to include them. Like this previous year, we went to Chivi, so that we don't leave our rural folks not prepared to understand where the world is today. But let me say to you, I'm not boasting that we are well positioned in terms of our rating globally, because the International Telecommunications Union doesn't rate us as competitive as we would want to be rated ourselves. It's a challenge that tells us that we need to invest more in terms of capacity and manpower as a ministry in the cybersecurity department in order to drive the whole cybersecurity agenda to the whole nation. I'm very happy with the members of the academia and the private companies in terms of their agitation to have us make an army of a cybersecurity resilient force. And with that kind of support, I think government can easily embrace, and we find ourselves having occupied a very comfortable position, which we need to. We are attractive to cyber attack, especially in the financial sector, because of our economy having a US dollar component. And it therefore goes without say that we are naturally attractive to the would-be hackers and attackers. So we should really be more worried than other economies because we are known to be attractive for that reason, but we are also possibly known to be not so strong in our security measures.
Hence they can take advantage.
Yeah, they do. They can take advantage, and so we undertake to strengthen our preparedness to the cybersecurity area. You see, this summit here is among many of those that have taken place in the country, with some having been taken a few weeks ago. The Porters ran the data private symposium, and a few weeks ago, relevant topics were also covered by other institutions. It tells you that the call is loud enough and is telling us that something has to be done. And I want to promise you that we are here undertaking that we will take the bull by its horns and do what is appropriate in terms of pushing the cybersecurity agenda as a Minister of ICT.
Honorable Minister, would you thank you so much for the time? I appreciate.
Thank you very much for your time, and indeed thank you for assisting in propagating the message on the importance of ICTs today, and in particular this worrying issue of the cybersecurity.